everyone, Grant K for the Smoke Learning channel. In this video, we're going to look at the new source timeline workflow in ConnectFX. This allows you to do a few things, including editorial adjustments and applying TimelineFX tools to a source clip while working within the ConnectFX node compositing environment. This workflow can be used in all kinds of situations, and I've provided one example to show the functionality. If you would like to follow along, please click the link in the YouTube description to download the media. Alternatively, if you're watching the podcast version of this video, then type the link displayed in your web browser. Looking through the downloaded media, you'll have a graphic background for a broadcast promo that we're creating. This needs to be the active open sequence. I have also a second clip which contains an edited sequence of the other three sources. All I did was assemble the three clips into a single sequence clip and trim them down with 25 frame handles. This edited sequence needs to go into the graphic promo to show what's coming next and so on. Switch back to the open sequence and we'll start building this promo. So to start, select the promo background and call up the Effects ribbon. Click Create ConnectFX. Now we'll use Action to composite the clips together. Go to the ConnectFX node bin and drag out a new action node. Hold Option and drop it into the flow graph. To add a new media input, select the action node and press Ctrl N. Next, go to the media panel and drag in the edited sequence with the three clips. Now you don't need the media panel for now, so press one left arrow to hide it. Now connect the edited source clip into the red front input. Double-click the action node for its controls. The new image object is currently selected in the result view, so switch to the object menu. In the axis controls, scale the image object to 50%. Next, adjust the X position to -250 to move the object to the left. Finally, rotate it on its Y-axis by 30 degrees to fit into the box. When you scrub the time bar, you can see the three edited shots as a single source. Now we need to retime each of the three shots with the graphics, and we also need to add a transition between each shot as well as color correct each one. Let's tackle the timing issue first of all. Now there is a timing menu in ConnectFX, but this timing menu controls the timings between source clips in ConnectFX. What we need to do is alter the editorial timings within a clip, so this tool won't help in this occasion. Instead, you would click the Timeline tab at the bottom of the screen. This gives you a timeline view of the selected source clip. Now it looks almost identical to the main timeline view, except we're in ConnectFX, and we are just looking at the contents of one source clip as a timeline. You cannot edit more clips into the timeline because it cannot be opened as an active sequence in ConnectFX. What you can do is adjust the edit as well as apply timeline effects. Now you need to see what is happening further up in the flow graph in order to match the timing of the source clip with the composite. You can set a contextual view on the action, or you can choose to view the currently selected process node. At the top of the player, you can choose Current Node. If you had set any context views, they would appear here in the drop-down menu. So when you scrub the positioner, you are looking at the result of the action composite, but at a source clip level. Now we want the shots to change as the text starts moving upwards. Move the positioner to just before the first edit. Ensure that ripple is off and snap is on for the timeline. Press R to switch to trim mode. Drag the cut point to snap to the positioner. So the shot changes as the text moves upwards. Go to the next edit and also trim this cut to match the animation timings. So retiming edits within the source timeline is really easy. Now, even though this sequence cannot be opened for editorial operations like overwrite, insert, or replace, you can still apply transitions and timeline effects to the shots. Navigate to the first edit and click the Transitions button. Choose to dissolve between the first and second segments. In order to change this into a white flash, click the To From Color button. Choose White and click OK. There is the first white flash. Go to the second edit and create the same white flash transition. So each shot is separated with a white flash. Finally, I mentioned that applying TimelineFX is also available at the source timeline level. Go to the first shot and select the clip. Call up the Effects ribbon. What I would like to point out is that all the TimelineFX tools are available with the exception of ConnectFX. Since you are already inside ConnectFX, you can't go down another level. To give a quick example of a TimelineFX, apply the color corrector to the segment. Go into the editor and tint the color of the shot. If you also want to see the context of what you're adjusting, click the Viewing menu and change the result to a contextual view or current node. Exit the color corrector. Now you would like to apply the same effect to the other two shots, as well as change the color. So drag the CC TimelineFX to the other two segments. Double-click on the second shot to enter into the editor. Adjust the hue to change the tint. Now exit the editor. Go ahead and repeat the same steps for the third and final segment in the source timeline. So in the source timeline within ConnectFX, you had adjusted the editorial timings of the segments, as well as added a transition and timeline effects. You can very easily jump back to the ConnectFX interface via the tabs, and you can toggle backwards and forwards as many times as you need. So even though you are in ConnectFX, editorial adjustments as well as timeline effects can now all be managed at the source clip level. This is not only a big workflow time saver, but you can also keep context of how your changes affect the overall ConnectFX composite. Comments, feedback, and suggestions are always welcome and appreciated. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to the Smoke Learning channel for future videos.